If you were to look at all of my American Express cards, you notice that my member since date is 2013, and I've got to admit, a lot has happened since then. In fact, over those 9 years, I've actually opened 29 American Express card accounts. I guess that makes me a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. Now, not all 29 cards are still open as of today. I'm not even sure if Amex would allow you to have 29 open accounts. Maybe so. Perhaps there are people out there with even more Amex accounts than I've had. But lucky for all of you out there, I still have all the physical cards as of the very, very beginning of my journey right here. Although, actually, it's more of almost all my cards. There are 28 here in this deck. My first Amex card ever was actually given a pretty cruel death. Rest in peace, Blue Sky Card. But putting sad stories behind us, I thought it would be a lot of fun for this video to go through this big heap of a stack of cards from the beginning of time for my relationship with Amex and tell you which cards I got, perhaps a little bit of context why I got them, and then where I'm at today. So if you like the sound of that, then sit back, relax, and enjoy Mark Reese's journey into American Express, starting with some broader overall context. My overall journey with Amex is about 9 years in the making, beginning in November of 2013 and going all the way through today as I make this video in December 2022. I've opened a total of 29 accounts, 11 of which are still open or active, and the other 18 have been closed. And I'm still going strong today. Let's continue. Way back in 2013, we're in the month of November here, and I opened up 2 cards. The first one was the Blue Sky Card, where I received a limit of $1,000. It also had no annual fee. And then the Blue Cash Everyday card followed after that, and I got somewhere around $8,000 or $9,000 for that limit, if I remember correctly. That one also had no annual fee. I would show you the Blue Sky Card if I didn't shred it, but I did. So all I have left is the original Blue Cash Everyday card here. It was that hologram / see-through card. You can see it through the back right there. Kind of a cool design. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But what was cool about this is that I actually got both of these cards just 3 days apart from each other. So the Blue Sky Card was my first credit card ever that I applied for on my own. My first card was actually a Wells Fargo student card co-signed by my parents. That was back in 2008. Fast forward 5 years later, when I got my first big boy job outside of college, I was selling medical devices across different states in the US here, and I only had my Wells Fargo card with a $5,000 limit. Therefore, I decided to apply for my first ever card with Amex. I thought the Blue Sky Card was a great travel card at the time. It wasn't. Back then, I didn't know any better, and all I knew is that I needed more credit to my name to be able to carry all these expenses until I was reimbursed by the company. So I went for that Blue Sky Card, got denied because of insufficient income. At least I think that was the reason, because I tried the application again once I realized I could include my base salary plus future commissions that I was likely going to earn. So with that bigger income figure, I was then approved for a whopping $1,000. And since that really didn't do much to help my overall situation, about 3 days later, I decided to apply for that Blue Cash Everyday card right after it, and then I got approved for another 8 or 9K. Go figure. Now fast forward to 2015, because I did not open or close any accounts in 2014, I now decided to open the Hilton Honors American Express card. I received a limit of $2,000 for that card with no annual fee. That was opened in February 2015, and then a little bit later in August, I opened the Starwood Preferred Guest card. I don't remember what the limit was on that one, but that one had a $95 annual fee. Also in February, I decided it was time to let that Blue Sky card go, and I closed out the account. So it shouldn't be much of a surprise here why I got these 2 cards as a new traveling sales rep. Again, I would say 2 to 3 to 4 trips per month. A lot of hotels, a lot of those stays were, multiple nights. And back in the day, that SPG card was kind of like the World of Hyatt card today. So as you accumulate those, they were very, very valuable. They were called star points. And then Hilton, of course, with a no annual fee card, they had a big presence over the US. A lot of hotels where I needed to be in a lot of cities. Then as I approached 2016, I really started to understand the value of these points and miles that I was earning by default from all my business travel. So I went a little bit crazy and got 6 Amex cards in 1 year. The first was the Hilton Honors Surpass card. I don't remember what the limit was, but the annual fee at that time was $75. That one was open in January. Then about a month later, I decided to open the Premier Rewards Gold card, which was the predecessor predecessor to the current Gold card today. It was still a charge card back then with no preset limit, and the annual fee was $195. Then still in February, I got another card, which was the Hilton Honors no annual fee card again, this time with an $8,000 limit. I don't really remember how I pulled that off. Perhaps the sign-up bonus rules were different back then than they are today, but what I do remember very clearly is that I have upgraded or downgraded my Hilton cards over the years. Amex/Hilton is known to target people with upgrade offers. For example, if you have one of the lower tier, lower fee Hilton cards, you might receive a targeted offer via mail, email, in your online account, or elsewhere to upgrade to the next tier up, typically with a higher fee, and get an upgrade bonus, which is different than an initial sign-up bonus or welcome offer. 3 months later, in May 2016, I applied for my first ever Amex Platinum card. That was again a charge card back then with no preset limit. The annual fee at the time, however, was only $450, a bargain compared to today's $695 fee. I followed that with the Amex Everyday card. I don't remember what the limit was for that one, but I opened it in June 2016. That one had no annual fee, and then I topped off the year with the Delta SkyMiles Platinum with a very small limit of $1,400. That one had a $195 annual fee back then, and that was opened in October. I also decided to close out my Starwood Preferred Guest card and my Hilton Honors Surpass card. And that's what leads me to believe that the sign-up bonus rules back then were different than they are today, because I had that Surpass card for probably 8 or 9 months, whatever that was. It was less than a year, and my sign-up bonus was not clawed back. That probably would be today, and I would risk account forfeiture or even having my overall Amex card relationship account closed out entirely. So to avoid that, I would recommend keeping all Amex cards, and really all cards from all banks, ideally open for a full year or longer. That we don't risk any sort of bad penalties, bonuses being taken back, etc. Allow me to mention real quick right here that if you also have a bunch of different credit cards, whether they're all with American Express or some other issuer, you're probably going to want a great way to manage them all in one place and make your life a lot less stressful. So check out today's sponsor called MAXREWARDS to help you out in a really big way. MAXREWARDS is an app that allows you to manage your credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place. This includes seeing when your bills are due, tracking your sign-up bonuses, monitoring your credit scores, and more. On the Activity tab, you can view the transactions across all your cards to easily see where you've been spending your money, including the value of the rewards you've earned across different categories. Then the Best Card tab helps you identify which card to use for different purchases. That way you can earn points or cash back even faster. And perhaps my favorite feature is the Benefits and Offers dashboard, which you can unlock with the Gold level of MAXREWARDS. You might be familiar with Chase offers, Amex offers, Bank AmeriDeals, and others. Each time you sync the app, all of your offers will be activated automatically, including the hidden ones from Amex that you didn't even know about. And believe it or not, thanks to MAXREWARDS, my Schwab Platinum card actually had 264 offers that were already automatically activated and ready to go. And as I looked them over, I found a lot of them to be extremely useful. There were a handful of ones for travel, both with hotel companies and airlines, retailers like eBay, The North Face, Boxed, and others, as well as ways to save on gas and even on some of my utilities, like saving 10% back on my internet and cable bills. So if you'd like to try MAXREWARDS, use the link down below in the description to get the Gold level entirely free for your first month. And here are those 6 cards that I opened up back then, starting from the Hilton Honors Surpass in the front there, all the way through the Delta in the back. A lot of these cards had their numbers on the front back then, and they were all plastic cards. I got the Hilton card for the welcome offer and to earn more points faster because the point multipliers were also better than the ones on the no-fee card. The Premier Rewards Gold was my first ever Amex card to earn flexible points that were not tied to one specific hotel chain or a specific airline. They were membership rewards points that could be used for any sort of travel. It was also the card that I used to buy a day pass to the Centurion Lounge, which is no longer available anymore, but back then you could buy a day pass with any Amex card for $50. So thanks to the PRG card, I was able to have my first ever true lounge experience at a really cool elevated level that was not owned or operated by an airline. Then came that second Hilton Honors card with no annual fee. Again, a little bit unclear how I did that, but nonetheless, it was another $8,000 limit, so I was happy with that. And because I enjoyed the Centurion Lounge experience from that day pass so much, I then decided to get the Amex Platinum card to get access to that Centurion Lounge, basically unlimited times per year, and I think I used it probably 15, maybe more times that year when I got the platinum card. So a lot of great use came from having that card, and that $450 annual fee was more than justified. I then picked up the shiny everyday card, actually for the 0% APR offer. At the time, it was either 12 or 15 months, I believe. And wrapping up 2016, I got the Delta SkyMiles Platinum card. I rarely fly Delta. I've probably flown them maybe 3, 4, 5 times in my entire life. I just never lived near one of their hubs, so it was never a useful airline to me. But I got the card anyway because the welcome offer was decent at the time, probably 60,000 miles, maybe a little bit higher. Again, it was good back then. My redemption of those miles, however, not so great. I remember I was in Aruba at the time, staying at the Ritz-Carlton Aruba, amazing property by the way, and great hotel redemption, but I was flying American Airlines round trip. I had to change my flight. American did not have the itinerary that I needed, and so I scrambled and decided to use all my Delta Sky Miles, 60 or 70,000 of them, for a one-way flight from Aruba, not even that far away, back to the mainland states. A freaking one way. But at least I flew first class. That counts for something, right? Moving right along to 2017. I now applied for the SPG business card, got a $5,000 limit there, $95 annual fee. That was opened in February of 2017. Then I got the business platinum card. That one was a charged card with no preset spending limit. Annual fee on this account was $450 at the time. I opened that one in May. And then the business gold card was opened in September. The annual fee there was $175 back then. Also a charge card with no preset spending limit, and I decided not to close out any accounts during this year. Not holding anything back on these three. I got them all for the welcome offers. Now jumping into 2018, I decided to get a little bit busy, I guess you could say. A lot of account openings and even more account closures. Starting with the open side, I decided to apply for the platinum card for Schwab. Again, a charge card here with an annual fee of $450 at the time. I opened that one in May and followed it with the SPG luxury card, which was a standard credit card, not a charge card. I got a limit of $10,000 in that account. It also had an annual fee of $450 at the time, and it was open in August of 2018. A month later, I then opened up the Blue Business Plus and got a limit of $9,000 there. And then I ended the year in December with a green card application on the personal side. The card had a $95 annual fee back then and very few perks. I then proceeded to lighten the load a little bit in terms of the number of cards I was carrying and the annual fees I was also paying by canceling 6 different card accounts. The first was the Blue Cash Everyday, the regular personal platinum card, the business platinum card, the Delta SkyMiles Platinum, which I first downgraded to the Delta SkyMiles Blue for several months before I made a final decision to close the account, the Hilton Honors card, and the Business Gold card. I got that Schwab Platinum card for the ability to cash out my membership rewards points at 1.25 cents per point for cash back at the time, the SPG Luxury card for the welcome offer, plus the ability to earn some additional higher end perks as opposed to the regular SPG card, which was a lower tier card. Also, there was a very limited time opportunity to get that SPG Luxury card before the applications would be denied. I forgot what the overall context was, but of course with the application rules, if you have or have had certain cards in the past, then you can't get a bonus for this SPG Luxury card. But there was like probably around a 5-day to 1-week window where I could get that card in addition to the previous Marriott cards that I already had at the time and still be in compliance with all the rules in place. So I jumped on that opportunity for sure, and that one became the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card today. I also picked up the Blue Business Plus to earn double membership rewards points on all purchases that were outside of a regular spend category, and the green card probably just for the welcome offer. I don't really remember exactly why I got that card, but it's not much of a great card. At least it wasn't back then. It's way better now with all the 3 point per dollar multipliers, but back in 2018 when I got it, it was just 1 point per dollar on all purchases. Maybe I just wanted the platinum, gold, and green all open at the same time to complete my Amex Holy Trinity. Gotta collect them all. Now let's take a look at the damage I did in 2019. In March, I decided to apply for the Hilton Honors Aspire card and got a really strong limit of $20,000. The annual fee back then was $450, and it still has that same price tag today as I make this video. Right below that, I also decided to upgrade my Hilton Honors card, the one with no annual fee from 2016, to a second Hilton Honors Aspire card. I also opened a business green rewards card in September, a second personal gold card also in September, and another Amex Platinum card in October. The business green had a $95 annual fee, which is still true as I record this video. The gold card was now up to $250, and that still holds true today. And the platinum card was at $550 back then, although it's much higher now at $695. Also in the first quarter of 2019, back in March, I decided to let go of the everyday card and close out that account. Trying to show you all four of these cards, cover up the account numbers and my Hilton Honors number. There we go. Here are all four cards right there. I got the Hilton Honors Aspire in order to get the huge welcome offer of 150,000 points at the time, plus $500 in credits, plus a free night certificate with no point cap in year 1 and in year 2, and diamond status and all this other stuff. It's an insane card. I got the business green card just for the welcome offer. It did not appear on my personal credit report, and it was also not going to count toward 524. So basically just a way to get some free points pretty much. Then the gold card, which was, I'll explain that one in a minute. And then the platinum card, I'll explain that one too. So here's the thing with that second gold card and my second platinum card. Some point along this journey here, I was targeted for an offer on my previous gold card to upgrade to the platinum, get 50,000 points, and only spend like $3K in 3 months, which was in alignment with my normal spending habits. I took the offer, did the upgrade, got my bonus, which was great, but then I realized I would be now having to go another year without a gold card, and I spent a lot of money at grocery stores and restaurants, and I really wanted a gold card, and I didn't want to go another 10 to 12 months without a gold card. So I applied for a second gold card. I did not receive a welcome bonus on it, but I just wanted to have those 4x multipliers in my wallet to earn points over the course of a year. So that was an account opening with no bonus, and I was actually kind of okay with it. Then for that second platinum card, that was the second one I applied for directly, but my third overall, because remember, I upgraded the gold card. So I had 3 platinum cards, and I got this most recent one at this time due to the welcome offer. It was also a no lifetime language offer. So even if I had the card before, I would still be eligible for the bonus again. I got it via someone else's referral link, which is a special offer at the time, and they got their bonus, I got mine. Welcome to 2020, the time where I opened 2 cards and closed 2 cards. I got the Blue Business Cash Card with a limit of $9,000 in August, and then in November, I opened up a business gold card with an annual fee of $295. I also closed out my first Hilton Honors Aspire card in May and my second one in August, although I had another downgrade approach before I closed it out entirely, just to see if I wanted to keep a Hilton card open at the time. I decided that I did not want to, and so I closed out the account entirely. Blue Business Cash for the welcome offer of $500 in a statement credit, as well as 2% back on all purchases, and the Business Gold card to earn 4 points per dollar on a lot of customized categories from an eligible list. During that time, I was spending a ton on advertising online. So for all the ad spend, it was a nice way to earn 4 points. Then 2021 came along, where I opened up 2 different business platinum cards. The annual fee back then was $595. I opened the first one in March and the second one in July. And then I followed those 2 up in September with another business gold card. And shortly after, I decided to close up my business green rewards card because that was serving no purpose for me. I detailed my reasons for opening and closing these 3 cards in my other video about why I closed 5 Amex cards in 1 year. So check out that one if you want to after this video. It was basically a combination of welcome offers, certain spend categories, still having ad spend from a business that I was working for, and other factors too. And yes, they were all no lifetime language offers. And that brings us to where we are today in 2022. I opened up the Hilton Honors business credit card, which I had never had before in the past, and I got a limit of $17,200 upon approval. The annual fee is $95. That was opened back in February. I then got another business gold card, which is my 3rd one overall, or 4th if you count the original one way back, which was a bit different at a $175 annual fee, and a personal card, the Blue Cash Everyday, with a limit of $9,000 that I opened in October 2022. Across the bottom, I also closed out 5 different card accounts, 4 of which were business cards and 1 which was personal. I also detailed all 5 of those again in my video about why I closed out 5 Amex cards, all of which occurred in a single year. So if you want to learn about the reasoning behind all those, again, check out that video. So with all of that context now in place, here are the 11 Amex card accounts that I still have open to this day. I've got the gold card, which is formerly the PRG or Premier Rewards Gold, the Marriott Bonvoy Business, which is formerly the SPG Business Card, the Platinum card for Schwab, the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, which was formerly the SPG Luxury card, the Blue Business Plus, the Green card, a second Gold card, the Business Platinum card, the Hilton Honors Business card, the Business Gold card, and the Blue Cash Everyday. And that concludes my 9-year history with American Express. A lot of account openings, a lot of account closings, and still quite a few that are open to this day, many of which have been open for 3, 4, 5+ years. And while I may have to do a little more cleaning up with my existing card setup with American Express, overall I found a great core set of cards that I really find great value in, and also like having open to be able to use the products and be able to talk about on YouTube videos and help people understand how they all work and how to maximize their value the right way. And with all that said, if you enjoyed today's video and believe it could benefit or at least entertain other people, then please help me get it in front of them by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on those notifications. Also check out the links down below in the description area to earn some more cash back when you shop online through Rakuten, to sign up for MAXREWARDS, which is a great app to manage multiple credit cards, rewards, and benefits all in one place, including activating all those Amex offers for you, and to view my site with some great credit card offers that I've organized into different categories to help you find the cards that you like best. I thank you all for watching today's video. Hope it brought you some great value. I look forward to seeing you in future videos, and while you're waiting on my next upload, always remember that you are great.